Let's talk specifically about how you can help your child have self-control when they are in pain and crying, when they are hangry, when angry, when still tired from a sleepover with very little sleep, or when leaving their grandparents or cousins, and how they will respond when it's time to go. In all of these situations, train them to respond to the trigger word self-control. Teach them that when you say the word self-control, no matter the situation, they pause, breathe, smile, breathe some more if they need to. Maybe they close their eyes, and then they tell you what's bothering them. Hey there, Mama. I'm Kimberly, and this is the Renewed Mama podcast, where you can take some time for yourself, slow down, breathe, and check in so that you think right, speak right, and respond right. That way, you can keep going instead of growing weary. You can find joy even in the crazy and keep living abundantly. It's time to renew. Self-control. How can you help your child choose self-control? And how do you teach them what self-control is? You can explain it this way. Self-control is self-discipline. It's the ability to control yourself and your emotions with all of those feelings, wants, and desires inside. Self-control is then how you express or show those emotions in your behavior. Self-control is needed in really happy situations and in difficult situations that make you feel hurt, hungry, angry, or lonely. It's like when you're in a movie theater and the movie is so funny, you just want to laugh so loud. But then you remember that there are lots of other people watching the movie, so you laugh quietly. It's like when you wanted the last piece of chocolate cake for yourself, but your brother ate it. Self-control means that you don't stomp your feet and have a temper tantrum. It's like when your little sister grabs the toy that you are playing with. You don't grab it back, but you use your words to ask for it back. That's self-control. It's like when someone in your class walks by your desk and says, "You're fat and ugly, you're stupid." You don't fire back mean words. You smile and keep doing your work, knowing that what they said isn't true. They must not be having a good day today, or maybe they feel better when they put others down. Later in the day, you walk by their desk, smile, and say something nice to them. That's self-control. Do you think that your child could relate to that explanation of self-control? Let's talk specifically about how you can help your child have self-control when they are in pain and crying, when they are hangry, when angry, when still tired from a sleepover with very little sleep, or when leaving their grandparents or cousins, and how they will respond when it's time to go. In all of these situations, train them to respond to the trigger word self-control. Teach them that when you say the word self-control, no matter the situation, they pause, breathe, smile, breathe some more if they need to. Maybe they close their eyes, and then they tell you what's bothering them. Begin this as early as you can. 2 to 3 years old is not too young to use trigger words like self-control. When they are younger, you may need to hug them to help them to calm down. As you hold them close, they feel your calm breathing and they begin to melt. I would whisper in my children's ears, "Peace, I love you, you are safe, peace." Now, when they are in pain and crying hysterically, you need to know what happened so that you can help. So say the trigger word, self-control. Coach them through it by saying, breathe, breathe, calm down, self-control, How can mommy help? Where do you feel pain? As they respond with self-control, you can then respond quicker with help. Depending on their injury, they may be comforted and feel less pain if they self-regulate by breathing and calming down first. The same thing is true for when they are hangry, hungry and angry at the same time. Use the trigger word, self-control, and acknowledge how they might be feeling. Could you be feeling hungry? Is that why you are behaving this way? How can mommy help you? Should we go get some water and a snack? When they're angry, I know you're already thinking, use the trigger word, self-control, and you're right. Let's look in the I Am Priceless Sticker Award book. We have a sticker badge that says, I am self-controlled. When self-control is not chosen and they have a fit or shout, you can say, sweet child, this angry, shouting, hitting attitude is not you. It's not who you are meant to be as a person. I can see that what happened made you angry. I can see the anger in your face and through the actions of your body. Could you feel yourself boiling up inside and you just had to explode? Out came your angry feelings. There will be things in life that will make us angry. We'll just want to shout and shake our fists and slam doors, but you can still choose right. Even when you feel angry, you can still have self-control. You are someone who chooses self-control. When you feel anger boiling up inside of you, pause, breathe, smile, breathe some more. You can even whisper to yourself, self-control. I choose self-control. You can close your eyes and then you can tell me what's bothering you. That's how you have self-control when you feel angry. Let's try it. And then you can work through it with them. Then you can award your child with the sticker badge that says, I am self-controlled. If there is one gift that you could give your children today, it would be your words, chosen carefully and spoken well. The words you speak today are like seeds planted in their hearts and minds. These word seeds will sprout and bear fruit in their life as they grow and become adults. Use Speak Life badges, sticker award badges, along with suggested scripts or words you can say in the situations you encounter with your children. These scripts are designed to help you to speak to your child's individual personality, to break lies they may be believing, and to help them to grow up with a truth-filled mindset. Get them today at speaklifebadges.com. How about when they are still tired from a sleepover or they don't want to leave the sleepover? I encourage you to have this conversation about self-control before you even drop them off at their friend's or cousin's house. This is called PreGaming. You can say something like, you are going to have lots of fun at this sleepover. I just know it. Tomorrow, when it comes time for me to pick you up, would you please have your bag of things packed and ready by the door? Let's thank your friend's mom's name for the fun sleepover and give your friend a hug, and then we'll leave. I know that you'll want to stay and play longer, but one way we can show them a great big thank you is by leaving when they told us to. Tell me, how will you respond when it's time to go tomorrow? Get them to repeat what you have suggested to confirm that they heard you, and they can put it in their own words what they'll do. If they forget and they have a tired temper tantrum when you arrive, you can say, self-control. Do you remember yesterday how we said that we would say a great big thank you? It is time now for that great big thank you. Give them a big smile and a yes nod of your head as you say it. When I was in grade 4, we had built a house and moved. I had a new friend named Holly, and she invited me over for a sleepover. That Saturday, Mom arranged to pick me up and then take me over to my best friend Carmen's house. But in my sleepover tiredness and my pride of thinking I am at a new school with new friends, Holly is my new friend now. I don't want to play at Carmen's house. She's from my old school. I threw a temper tantrum in Carmen's driveway saying I wanted to go home. I didn't want to play with her. Isn't that horrible? I ended up playing with her and having a great time. But Carmen, if you are listening to this, please forgive me for any lasting harm I did in making you think that you weren't good enough to still be my friend. And I'm so sorry that I did not have self-control and could not handle my sleepover tiredness properly. It's the same for when they don't want to leave their grandparents. Pre-game them as to how they are to respond when it's time to go. Do this at home or in the car even before you get to Grandma's house. When Mommy or Daddy say it's time to go, how will you respond? And then let them respond with clean up the toys, give the grandparents a hug, put on their shoes. Remember, Mama, that consistency is key. Stay consistent in what you ask of them or how you expect them to respond. Meaning, if you say, I'm letting you know that we will be leaving in 5 minutes, then actually leave in 5 minutes and expect them to begin cleaning up, giving hugs, and putting on their shoes. Are you staying consistent? Also remember consequences. In life, we experience consequences for our actions, and it's the same for our children. Should they not respond with self-control, there needs to be a consequence as part of the learning process. It could mean that they don't have another sleepover for a while. It could mean that they miss out on video game time, or they lose a privilege, or they apologize for not having self-control. Are you seeing that there are appropriate consequences for their actions? You know, self-control must show up in lots of other areas in our lives. Self-control means listening, like actually listening. Self-control is missing if you are thinking about something else at the same time someone is talking to you. Or maybe you're thinking only of how you will answer rather than actually listening to hear the other person's heart. Here's a good one. Self-control is holding your tongue. It's not always speaking your mind, but rather what is loving and true and needed in the moment, in the right moment. Here's another script you can say to your children about watching their words when they feel angry. Say the child's name. Let's be careful what we say when we are angry. We might say something that we'll regret. Once we say the words, out of our mouth they come. We can't take them back. Think about it. A big forest fire can be started with only a little flame, and the tongue is like a flame. We have to watch what we say because our tongue can spread unkind, hurtful, angry, and even evil words to our family and to our friends. Our tongues can start a fire and hurt those we care about. Do you want to start a fire with your angry words? The heart of someone who does right thinks first how to answer. You have a heart that wants to do right. Even when you feel angry, you can stop, take a deep breath, and think first. What are the right words for me to say in this moment, even though I'm really angry inside? Self-control is choosing the right limits, whether that's with food, meaning no cookie before dinner, or not eating all the cookies in the cookie jar. The right amount of screen time, even for us parents. it's good to put our phone down. It's important to teach your children self-control in how they will respond when the timer goes off and you say, it's time to stop playing your video games. Self-control is honoring another person. It is brotherly love, thinking of them as more important than yourself, even when they have a totally different opinion or they don't see eye to eye with you. They don't have to be your best friends, but you can be kind, considerate, and respectful. Honoring another also means not gossiping about them behind their back. That's a good one, Mama. We need self-control even when we feel afraid, meaning that we choose to guard our thinking and our feelings when we feel overwhelmed by fear. It's easy to let our mind imagine and create a situation that might not even happen. In the I Am Special Sticker Award book, we have a badge that says, I overcame fear. So when your child is really afraid, you can ask them, what is the worst that could happen? We have a section that says, face the fear with a plan. So say to them, if this thing that you are afraid of were to happen, what is the worst thing that could happen? Then make a game plan of what you will do in response to what could happen. This can help to make it not feel so big or so scary because you now have a plan in place for how you will respond. The I Am Self-Controlled script in the I Am Priceless Sticker Award book also shares how you can help your child make a plan of what to do when they feel angry, as well as how to help them reconcile or say, I'm sorry, when they shouted or lost control. Well, there you go. We just talked about 12 areas where you can help your children have self-control. If that isn't a win, I don't know what is. What are you going to do the next time your child or yourself loses control? You're already thinking it. I know it. You're going to say the trigger word, self-control, pause, breathe, smile, breathe some more, close your eyes if you need to, and get to the root of what is bothering you. Mama, I believe in you to choose self-control yourself and to guide your children in choosing to respond with self-control for themselves. I bless you, Mama, to think right, to speak right, and to respond right in each situation you encounter. You are stronger than you think. Real quick, before you go, if this podcast has blessed you in some way, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a written review for this show over on Apple Podcasts. It encourages me so much to hear from you and to know that this show is helping you to stay renewed. The second thing you can do for me is to take a screenshot of this episode and share it in your Instagram stories and tag me at Speak Life Badges. Or DM another mama you know who needs to hear this truth so that they can be encouraged and renewed too. Lots of love. Bye.